Yeah, here we are, man. That old mechanic stuff, man. One of my favorites. No crank, no start. That's what he says. So we're gonna do the diagnosis. We're gonna do it live. So boom, let's see. Turn the key, nothing's happening. Battery seems dead to me, kinda. He ain't getting nothing on the dash. Okay, let's try jumping. This might be an easy one. So yeah, we can put the jump box on it. Let's see what happens now. This might be a boring video, dog. Okay, he still ain't getting nothing. So as a mechanic, I'm turning this key, and I see his instrument cluster ain't working. So I'm gonna start checking some fuses. So yeah, I got my test light. That ain't working. So I found out the fuse for the cluster is this one here. Checking it. The fuses are working. Nothing on this dash is working though. I wonder if his cluster died on. Here's some clicking. I'm hearing things engage. Let's go to the starter relay next. Yeah, so boom. The next step, so I'm gonna go straight to the starter relay, man. We're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do a whole video on these relays, but 8730 is really what you want to start with. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump 8730 right quick. Okay, so boom, we ruled out the starter. So boom, say we did that. We verified the starters out. So like I said, you mechanics out there, don't go just replace the starter. That's the easy way to rule that out. Pin 86 should have 12 volts when you turn the key. That's coming from the ignition switch. Pin 85, that's coming from the computer. I don't have a helper with me. Instrument cluster is dead. I'm so good at this that I already know that pin 85 probably doesn't have a ground. The test ground. Look, pin 85 not lighting up. So he does not have a ground signal. I'm an electrical specialist, so just watch and learn. Just watch and learn. Okay, so the next step is, like I said, we ruled that there's no ground signal. He has no ground signal on pin 85. Pin 86 is coming from the ignition switch. But if you're not even getting the ground signal on pin 85, which is coming from the computer or the theft system or something like that, there's no reason you'll never get the key signal. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back up. Okay, so when we turn the key here, like we said earlier, the instrument cluster is not working. So, like I said, what you do next, as a mechanic, you got to go to the next step. The next step, like I said, we check the fuse. You check the fuse on you check the instrument cluster fuse. The instrument cluster fuse was getting 12 volts. You know what I'm saying? It was working. So then, like I said, you got to come to the conclusion that the instrument cluster is bad. Boom, we got another instrument cluster. So, instrument cluster laying there from the junkyard. We're doing this live. Like I said, I don't even know what's going to happen, but I know I'm a good mechanic and I don't make too many mistakes. So, let's hook the instrument cluster, see what happens. So, boom, this instrument cluster is coming out. This one, sitting right there. This is a junkyard one. We're going to hook the junkyard one up. So, boom, we plug it up and use instrument cluster. Went to a junkyard. Look at that. I already hearing it making noise. Look at that. Instrument cluster's working. So, boom, we got the new instrument clustered up in there. Go turn the key. He's live. You know what I'm saying? So, that pretty much solved the issue. Like I said, the car is still not going to start. We got to have somebody, because these instrument clusters have a theft system in them, we got to have someone program the instrument cluster to the rest of the key. But like I said, it's just another little quick electrical diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? If you got a Mercury Mountaineer 06, Ford Explorer, the dash ain't working. You know what I'm saying? You know what steps you got to make. So like I said, we just trying to save this guy some money. And we're going to go ahead and get a program this to this. I'm coming back with my other computer, and we're going to fire this bad boy right up. I'm gone.